Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Molinda Jae, and I'm here to talk about unconditional love. And what is it? And also give you some ways that you'll know that is unconditional love. So it's going to be 7 ways on how to love unconditionally. Okay. So before I get into that, let me share my screen right quick so I can get where the source is. Okay, share. All right, and we're going to expand. And you'll see me in this little corner over here on the right-hand side. Boom. Okay, so I got this information from healthline.com. So this is fair use. Everything that is explained in this video is for educational purposes. Okay, research and so forth and so on. All right, so what is it? What is unconditional love? It says here it is unconditional love is a selfless act. You are not in it for yourself, though it may overlap with other types of love. In some ways, other elements set it apart. You can recognize it by these key characteristics. So one of the characteristics can be, it can benefit emotional health, meaning it could provide just some love, just loving someone unconditionally may produce positive feelings. So in other words, right here in this sentence, it states the simple act of loving someone unconditionally may produce positive feelings, okay, with no strings attached. It's just genuine love for one another, okay, having that emotional, healthy emotional capacity, intelligence as well, to know what it is as a sign of unconditional love. Okay, and then next, it feels secure. So unconditional love can be provided as a sense of security in both childhood and adulthood, meaning feeling confident in someone's love and knowing that it won't go away can help create secure attachments and foster autonomy. All right. And then next is it's altruistic, meaning it refers to helpful actions taken to support and benefit others, often at your own expense. Meaning, in terms of unconditional love, it means you don't consider any potential benefits of loving someone. You offer your love for their support and benefit. Okay. Please don't get that misconstrued of, supporting someone and to the point where you're losing yourself, because that's not what it is. All right. Next, it also, on another characteristic, is it involves with acceptance and forgiveness. Okay. Meaning, people aren't perfect, and nearly everyone makes a few choices they regret. However, with unconditional love, it requires unconditional acceptance, and it means, do you truly forgive someone to the point where if you're having an argument with them, you won't be like, well, this happened, and you didn't do this and that. So no, that is basically saying you did a fake forgiveness. So you never really forgave that person. You just forgave that person so you could be able to mask whatever you were truly feeling at the time. And that is definitely not the case, okay? And also it could be acceptance sometimes involves recognizing when it's unlikely someone would change and taking the steps to protect your own well-being. And what that sentence is talking about is accepting things for what it is, accepting that person for who they are, and you take the necessary precautions to establish those healthy boundaries for the sake of your well-being, meaning also protect your energy. All right. Now, What is it? Confusion and misconceptions about true nature of unconditional love can seem suggested as this type of love reflects unhealthy or toxic relationship dynamics. Okay. And this is the characteristics of what unconditional love does not mean. Okay. One of them is ignoring relationship issues, meaning conflict is normal and healthy in relationships. Unconditional love doesn't mean you avoid conflict or look away from problematic behavior. Don't be passive aggressive about it. Okay. And let's resolve the issue in a healthy manner, meaning having healthy dialogue, communication between one another, and not the tit for tat type of thing. Put the ego to the side and be able to address those issues accordingly so you can be able to move forward. Okay. Next is neglecting your own needs when you're okay. This is a big one, because a lot of people do get unconditional love mixed with neglecting your own needs. Okay. And that's the number one, I say one of the top things that happens within relationships is that neglecting your own needs as an individual within a relationship can cause, distractions, and also being able to lose yourself in the process. So what that means is, it's true that unconditional love can involve some sacrifice, but these sacrifices shouldn't require you to give up everything you need and want for yourself. Okay? Attempting to meet all your partner's needs can seem like one way of expressing unconditional love, but it can actually create unhealthy dynamics in the relationship. So no one person can provide another person with everything they need. Okay? You should be able to feel comfortable to set boundaries around things you don't want, and also be able to respect each other's boundaries at the same time per request. All right. So, and on the flip side, if they can't provide the support that you need, then they might offer a potential compromise or help you think of some other solution. All right. And next, also the last thing in accordance to what isn't unconditional love is tolerating abuse. Having a sense of safety is definitely needed within a relationship. Perhaps your partner says unkind things after drinking. You might tell yourself they wouldn't shout out at me if they weren't drunk. And sometimes you need to accept what has been said while they were intoxicated, because, as the saying goes, that liquid truth tells it all of how a person feels at that moment. And using that truth serum, aka alcohol, it can cause people to actually say what they really wanted to say the whole entire time, and that was the opportunity to say it. Because it's like when you're intoxicated and when you have alcohol in your body, it can mess up the brain cells just a little bit. It tweaks up the brain cells a little bit to where you're telling everything that you just let it spill out. All right. So is it even possible to have unconditional love? Okay. And to one aspect, yes. However, again, people always misconstrue the concept of having unconditional love for one another. So if you, within this paragraph, it says, if you start thinking unconditional love sounds a lot more complicated than you imagine, then you pretty much hit the mark. And it says, as one philosophy professor pointed out, even the love between a parent and a child falls short of unconditional. A parent might love their child no matter what they do, but this love still has a condition, and they love their child because their child is theirs. Okay. So to conclude this portion here on how to love someone, or 7 ways to far as like unconditional love, I'm going to leave you all with 7 ways on how to know when it's unconditional love, okay? Or to start with self in regards to unconditional love. All right. So number 1, and let me stop sharing my screen so y'all can actually see me. All right. So number 1, start with yourself when it comes to unconditional love. All right. When you love thyself, as my mantra goes, when you love thyself, you know thyself, you soothe thyself, and you heal thyself. And as RuPaul would say at the end of his segment, if you don't love yourself, how in the heck you gonna love somebody else? Okay. Number 2 is communicate freely and openly, meaning let your guard down to share your deep thoughts and fears and insecurities, because when you do that, it builds a emotional foundation to where you are capable and able to proceed on if there is a conflict that comes forward to you. All right, so be sure to communicate openly and freely, because you have a mouth, and closed mouths don't get fed. So yes, please openly and freely communicate, and let your guard down to the right individual, not everybody, but to the individual that you feel like will be able to hold sacred of your deepest thoughts, fears, and emotions. Okay. Number 3 is start with one unconditional act every day, meaning accepting another person as who they are, or just simply ask the person how is their day, how are you, because when you ask a person that question, how are you feeling today, it can go a long way, because you don't know how a person is feeling or going through at that moment. So yes, start with the one unconditional act. It don't even have to be these 2 that I just named underneath, but yeah, go ahead and do that thing. Okay. Number 4, learn to forgive wholly. All right. Don't be just forgiven just to be forgiven. Forgive that person. Well, forgive yourself for one thing, for tolerating something that you would break up a person for, but truly, sincerely get to a point where you are able to forgive yourself first, and then you don't even have to reach out to the person to see if they are going to seek forgiveness. You can just put that into mental note, like, I accept the person for who they are, or I accept the situation for what it is, and I'm going to release whatever no longer serves me and my purpose, and I'm going to move forward, because it's important to move forward after whatever has transpired. So number 4, learn to forgive. Number 5, move past the conditional note of love. Meaning focus on the actions and not the feelings. Actions speak louder than words and feelings. Okay. If a person is showing you, okay, the acts of unconditional love, that speaks more volumes than feelings, because sometimes the feelings can be misconstrued or just be misunderstood for what really, like, misplaced anger, so to speak. Okay. And then number 6 is see the positive of things, meaning having what lessons have you learned? Okay, turning the lessons into blessings aspect. And of course, whenever you learn that lesson and you see it as a blessing, you can be able to share it with your audience or just whomever is going through that situation, that you just overcame. And then lastly, is accept that there will be discomfort. And that means the truth hurts. Let's call a thing. As in the words of Miss Iyanla Van Zandt, let's call a thing. The truth, it will hurt. However, it's how you move forward on your journey that matters. So even though the truth hurts, just know at the end of the tunnel that you'll be able to see the light and see how far you have came in that process of just being able to find yourself to the point where you know that the unconditional love resides in you. And whenever you exude that unconditional love, then people will notice. Okay. So yeah, those are the 7 things, the 7 ways on how to incorporate unconditional love. All right. Yes, this is a short video. This is I try to keep it short, y'all, because I can go in. But anyways, yes, feel free to comment down below and let me know about your thoughts. All my social medias will be in the links in the description or in the comment section below. Be sure to share this video, like this video, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Be sure you hit the notification bell so you'll know the next time I upload a video. And also, I just want to thank you all for tuning in. I thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far. Please go ahead and subscribe, because yeah, I have been lazy lately, but for a good reason. It'll be in a whole nother video in itself. But anyways, yes, I hope you all have a great morning, day, evening, whenever you're watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. And always remember to love thyself, know thyself, soothe thyself, so you can heal thyself. Bye.